Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Like follow C-E-A-S-L-I, cause I'm fly, I'm fly, I'm fly, I'm fly, I'm fly. Like you right, you right. They grabbing that boy all over the middle of the circle. He going, yeah, he going, he going. He fly, he fly, he fly, he fly. That boy going, he fly, he fly. Yeah, that boy going. Oh yeah, see now you know it. Shot money in the bag, let me drop another rap. Rap one so I can kick it just like that. Back in the days when I was young, I was a gangster cuz. See niggas live about the shit, so I would keep it up. I sold plenty dope, hung on blunts late night. Then I got my shit tight, I learned how to write. I separated from the average MC. And then I hooked up with Doc, DRE, the CPT, the LBC. Now you know what we're going for what? Yeah, lift of this, swift of this, and twist the shit. And when I'm macking, I'm gonna get your bitch, cause she like the pimpin' and the pimp that I am. That nigga real. Guard. What's coming up next? What you doing? Oh man, I'm about to work on this album, man. I'm just been about to release this album. Star, 2 hours. When is it coming out? We looking to release it like September, like August, September. And it's called Star? Star with two, with two R's? Yeah. STARR? Yes, sir. Okay. You got a first single or anything you projecting to put out so let everybody know what it is? 24 hours. Oh, that's Future, Future and 2 Chains. 2 Chains? Yeah, big bro. Future? Nah, just 2 Chains. Oh, that's nasty. Everyday people, aka real nigga shit. I'm gonna ask you some questions. Just give me the best answers to your ability. What's the first thing you do and think of when you wake up? God and my babies. I'm sorry for passing you that little bitty power stick. He was hitting this big motherfucker. I passed him that little motherfucker. His whole chest didn't blew out. That's that power stick. You see me? Is she okay? Is she? Is she? Is she okay? Is she? Is she? Is she okay? Is she? Is she okay? Ain't gonna be okay. It's all good. Yeah, pack a punch, don't it? So ain't how much you put in it, it's what you put in. Right. Yeah. In and out of fat burner. McDonald's. Megan Good or Taraji P. Henson? Megan Good, because I don't even know. Who is it? If you were stuck on an island for a year with 3 albums, what would they be? With 3 albums? Mm-hmm. Any are you gonna take one? Any are you gonna take two? Any are you gonna take three? Now, this is a part of the show that I love. It's called Finish the Sentence. I'm gonna start as you finish. If I could work with anybody, I would work with myself. If I could see anybody perform dead or alive, I would want to see. Whoa, Lakers win. Kobe get another one. I should have played the that shit with him. That boy is righteously together. My name is T Fly and I'm a Kingston. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another nigga on the show that is very high as fuck. And I'm gonna be taking full credit for that little ass fuck that I played for. Well, there you go. Eddie, are you gonna take? Is he gonna take? Can he hit the motherfucking knife? This is gonna be a line of my soap. It's purple soap, dark purple soap. Wait, hold on. I gotta go get other bar. Here's the shit. Here's this bar soap. This Irish spring soap. It's green. It is. Fucking nice. It smells so good. It smells so good. Oh, you're not for me. Let me go. The worst nigga ever in a fight. Okay, he want more. Might pull out another night. Not that you. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the GGN News Network. Be sure to pick up T Fly's new album, Star, with two R's when it comes out. And stay locked and loaded for that West Coast cheese shit with an R&B touch. You know what I'm talking about? Annie, are you okay? Thanks, man. Why didn't you give me so damn hot? Well, that's my job. Shit, that's my job when you come on this show to make sure you leave here feeling good. Get in the passenger seat, let them drive and go to sleep till where you get where you going. Oh no, man, I ain't driving. Exactly. Go to bed. Church. Preach. Talk about. I heard you know how to play the guitar. Well, I knew how to play the guitar. No one knows. What's the difference? Well, when I was young, I did. No, it's been years and years and years, but I learned how to play again for the show. Go grab one of my guitars out of my studio. No, I'll kill the first person that moves. Don't say, you know, you're all wrong now. Hey, they went back to misery on your ass. I'm not kidding. I just want to make sure y'all can see the TV good. Everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you inside the Central News Network. I'm your host with the most, Finding Nemo, aka Nemo Hoes, and today, oh my God, the incomparable, the beautiful, the awesome, the scary. Yes, yes. Now look, that's such happy Bates. Kathy Bates was wrong there. And so I smart thing. I mean, I'm such a fan of it. And you know, this the first time I see you on screen. I don't even know what it is. It was another movie. You kidnap somebody, you make that shit matter. You hear it so like scary, but at the same time, it's like, cute. Not like that, bro. It was luck, really. Rob Reiner, who was the director of the movie, was going out with a woman that I just didn't even play with. And so he would play every night, you know, and he would see her, but he would see me. You know, I was kind of fanatic, and so I think that kind of put it in his head. And he had his own company, so he could decide to use somebody that nobody knew instead of a star. So it was just pure luck. And that character, as far as I'm usually I was stupid and still like that. He's seven. My God, that's amazing. When you were filming it, did it feel like it was magic like that? Because sometimes when we do work, we can feel that magic when it's happening. Did you feel that magic when you were filming? Yeah, yeah, I felt really, I wouldn't stay in my trailer. I go hang out on the set when we're doing shots and watch what they were doing. It was the first really big part I had doing. So I learned a lot, and I also just I remember walking down toward into the sound stage, and the guy who was addressing for the years, Struts we called it, which was Italian for the last caboose. He walked right by me and he said, "Get your Oscar resume." So for real, and I was like, because I've just been from the theater, I didn't really think about this. That was That's amazing right there. For me to say that, they didn't know that. He been on the mountain. 2 years gonna be that top. Another one, I love you. Body goes. What about the water boy? Man, come on, man. Boom ball. Why would they like that boom ball? These balls, they different. Why would they like no boom? Now you come on, man. That was a great movie, like. I have to admit this. I didn't know who Alexander. Wow. Okay, I know, but it was a long time ago, right? Well, you shouldn't bother you. I wasn't watching SNL and my niece. Okay, so that's exactly that. So I get this script, and I don't know who Alexander is. And I'm reading it. First 12 pages, I literally threw it in the trash. What? You don't want to watch something. I was like, football, So I threw it in the trash. And I'm sitting there on my bed, and my niece who works for me came in and she said, "What is this?" And she pulled it out. She said, "Alex Sandler, you don't know the Hanukkah song? You don't know dance? She said, you have to do this movie." And she was right. We had so much fun. Unbelievable. Or the cheese, they don't see much knowing. I mean, because I go like I have to be honest with you, a lot of times I go to my kids when they make decisions for me, that they come great decisions down the road because they see things that I don't see. It's sort of kind of like what you said, like you didn't know who this person was, but that movie was so dope. It was a classic. We love it. Let's speed the clock up. 2017. This joint show on Netflix that I'm not watching. I heard that a particular doctor, my doctor, the cannabis signatures. Yes. Dr. Dina, we call her the cannabis sultan. Yeah, she goes to all the rehearsals, she goes to meeting, she's taught the kids like the guidance the throwers and all of these different things that go on in her store. Definitely. Yeah, she's a great person. You met her, didn't you? She just don't put my fingers. I might add. Thank you, doctor. I love you. No, she's a great lady. This thing I always said that you guys and she's showing up. This cannabis movement is where it needs to be. It's on the forefront. To have a show like that, and she was the leading actress in a cannabis movement. Did you ever think? No. I never, because when I was in college and I was, coming up, everybody was doing it, but nobody told me about it. What? Because I was so straight. Oh, I was so square. It was a square. I was totally a square, and I had no clue about anything. Well, that's good. Because you were amazed. No, I'm not bullshit. I'm telling you. Am I right, brother? Yeah, that's like the shit part. You look fire than motherfucker right now. Some real shit like you got your shit together, Kathy, like on some real, you know what I'm talking about? I've been watching you for years, and you got it together. You hear me? Thank you. No, and sometimes being square is cool, but you can't allow people to allow you to be they are. You have to be do that. Some things are made for you, some things aren't. I don't really get out rock because that's what we got made. This right right, man. Yeah, I just had to figure out get stoned and get such an. You like to eat when you're stoned? Oh, I'm not anymore. I don't. Is that why you say so skinny? You don't get when hungry? They say that you're supposed to have an appetite after you eat this, but for me it's different. I mean, I'm watching my cholesterol at the same time I'm staying athletic and doing the things that are supposed to be. And they say this was in the body, so. And that one, they're going to win. Pretty good too. They came out with hard. So on the show, let everybody know. Don't watch the show. What is your character? What is show? So I play Ruth White Feather Feldman. She's an old hippie, and she was in the movement to make pot legal. Um, Very early. She became a lawyer. She went through all of these years. She went to prison for being involved in the cannabis industry. And she's now finally got her own dispensary. And she looks at herself as a healer.
she's always felt that, she can heal what people are doing here. And that would mention Dr. Deeter. I have a lot of chronic pain myself. And the things that she has suggested, honey,
So they went,
just so much better than taking something apart.
no side effects.
When I feel good.
Yeah, that's a great, but that's not considered a side effect. That's a real effect. I'm talking about like, like when you see a commercial, they do like side effects or brain damage, blood pressure, high, this, blood pressure, a little bit, these things, a bunch of shit. You be like, well, god damn, all of them is a side effects. How old is that shit?
Real effect,
Is it green?
likely agree. Oh, come on.
I have to ask you what I'm saying. The green is a thing too.
Yeah, well, graduated from the green.
Georgia High School. Shout out to Dr. Daniels for being such a healer. And that's what both what you're playing in this television show.
Yeah.
Because that's what the world is based on right now. It's either hate or love. And one thing about business is it takes the hate, but it's all to the different. Little this to go allow. That's what's in it.
I would have to be in them.
I like to take a toll I like to take a toll to like
That's what Ruth says at the very beginning of the show. She says that she hopes that it's going to usher in the golden age of people not being such jerks all the time.
but remember the first time that you smoked their wine.
You really don't. Like I said, I was square and talented. It really made me talk a lot.
I guess.
And I'm sure you got it where it's burned down in your throat. Yeah. So, I've been doing research and I've been practicing.
Wow. Wow. Just joined. It's on Netflix. How many episodes?
10. 10 right now, and then I believe in January, Netflix is gonna drop the last 10.
Oh, we shot
The
three
first,
episodes.
yeah, for the first seasons.
And you go, tell me, 10, I just, or just watch it over again. It's season 2, right around the corner.
Yeah.
And bam, season 2 dropped. Move on.
Yeah, last 2 just,
Season 3, I did wrong. What plan is it? I went.
oh, wait, a minute. We kind of on the show already. What? Yeah, and then my office, they have a Photoshop picture of you and me there that I struck.
I love it. I made
Oh, it'd be great if you came on our show. Oh, yeah. I'll tell them.
it.
Brother Jeff Rutherford.
I'll tell you that. Hey guys. Hey guys. I need to work for something like that. Does it? Come Hey guys. I love Netflix. Netflix is amazing. I'm watching Ozone right now. You love it. Oh, where are you? I'm in episode 5. Wow, I'm not fucking love it. Isn't it awesome? Shit. Yeah, fucking Jason, baby. I know. I know. Are there any role that you really do? Try to learn? Yeah, like some try. I'll probably get you with that.
Like the bonus part?
Yes.
No, I never heard of it doing that.
I know you like it.
Well, I mean, like my friend that's the one, she really wanted to do on video, just support it because it's like if you're local running. But I've never had her do like gosh, I'm not going that far. Although, to be honest, have you seen the new scale?
Yes.
And now,
That's your.
I know, I looked at it. Yes.
That's your.
She was great.
Cute.
She was great. What are you working on besides doing this?
I have one on. Hey, shut it. I'll shut it. So,
Are you?
then I cut them a later like the story. So,
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen that in the cookie book. I heard that Will Grin good in the show.
that's so. Hey, try to cook a little bit. I had to cook these some time. Would you like to eat?
What do you like? Good. I didn't activate his reservations.
Well, I like that too. I was racist, like, right? That was cold blooded right there. You got to play off on that. So quick. I could cook about anything.
That's special thing. I cook a towel so chicken.
You cook all those kinds of things. Seriously. I don't believe it. Yeah, liar, liar, pants on fire.
You gotta watch the show.
Gotta watch the
That's right,
show.
it's the show.
Yes.
Are you really cooking that shit? I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good. You can't judge a cookbook by its cover. You ain't got to open the pages and see what the recipe is.
If you can read, you can cook.
Yes, if you can
I
read
told
my
my mother said that.
That's terrible.
It wasn't a cook. No.
What?
Yeah, I know, they didn't teach me. They taught my sisters, but I came along late in life and they were sick of teaching whatever.
I'm sorry. You just want to figure this shit out. They got a Burger King guy over there, the Taco Bell over there. Figure it out.
Yeah,
Fast food.
sure, fast forward to what?
Question that I want you to ask. That's the
Okay.
What's the first thing you do with big when you like that?
That's very personal.
What
Wait a minute, let me think. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. The first thing I think when I open my eyes is, what time is it?
How much time?
How many time? Let's sleep. Sleep.
That sounds cool.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Taco.
I didn't have it.
Chicken wings or chicken breast?
Chicken wings.
What are your favorite shoes of all time?
A pair of lavender suede platforms with a black suede bow on it.
On the Sims?
Yes, man.
Mama asked you.
Yeah, you've been there.
Mama asked something else.
$14 to makers in New York.
What's the best live show?
When I was 16, I lived in Memphis, and James Brown was at the convention center, and my next door neighbor and I snuck out and went down to see.
You got to see.
I got awesome. Yeah. I know it was unfucking believable. It was unfucking believable.
Damn.
Oh no.
What is dancing look like?
Oh yeah, come on. Where you get so exhausted and they said they put the tape on him
Oh yeah,
and he staggers off and they go, oh, you just
you
have
got
to
to see. Put the wrong one down.
There you go.
Come out that shit, Jerry. If you were stuck on the island for 1 week, and can only listen to 3 hours, what would they do?
Blue, Joni Mitchell,
To original.
Sign of the Times, Prince, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and shit, there's so many.
This is only one more album. You're gonna be on this island for a whole year.
I know for a whole year. It might be Double Fantasy, with John Lennon.
That's great. Okay, but there we go. It's great music. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Well, shit, would it be? I want to say flying, but I also like being invisible, and that you could look at somebody and see whether they were lying or not. You don't want that one.
That's superpower. You got a lot of shit to go. Just fly or fly, disappear, or read your motherfucking mind. If you could remake any movie and star it,
I'm gonna read the list of things.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
Place in the Sun.
Right.
Okay. I would kind of that, I wouldn't want to remake it. I would be inside her, experiencing what she was experiencing. I would like to be her and the character right there.
Now, this part of the show we go finish the sentence. I started.
You know, Kate,
I always wake up.
dreaming.
If I could work with anybody, get around and oh my God.
Can I give you an example?
You need to
Okay, so I have two little Yorkshire Terriers and they can't go outside because I have monks in my neighborhood. So we've taught them how to go on the iPad. So they slept with me and I was sleeping and I guess I must have been smelling shit because I hadn't cleaned this window yet. You know, I was just smelling about turds and thinking about turds. And then I saw a little turd hanging out from underneath my bed. You know, how you have the bed skirt. And I pulled it out and it was an alligator turd. And I turned in the shape of an alligator this long. And it smelled really bad.
Oh my God.
And, you know, I mean, and I woke up and I was just disgusted. I was just disgusted.
terrible dream.
Terrible. A dream.
That wasn't smoking.
Yeah.
If I could work with anybody, I want to
Talk with maybe Gandhi. Okay.
shoot.
Yeah.
You know, I think in a real life. If I could see anybody before in real life, I'd want to just you.
You know what I thought was really cool? Everybody always tells you this when you
Did
did the
Tupac.
The Tupac. That was special. I would tell. Well, like you were right there with it.
when they pull like that to it.
Right there.
I know I watched it. Man, to be honest.
That's dope. Motherfucking Kathy Basin watched the Jones.
I couldn't figure out how you were dancing with him.
So makes me person imagine looking to the side and sitting on right to the don't know what he was trying to say.
It's very emotional.
There. But you know, the spirit of the show, you know, we keep trying to go because that's what they want. They want us to be tough, but on the inside, you really got emotional tool, but you just keep pushing it over. You want to feel good to get it, let me get it to one for ages. I looked at blank the other day.
Somewhere in the place that he had.
You know, like that. Catch you. You know, they're not there.
What?
This is a real high shot.
I'm really glad it's legal.
Oh, yeah.
God, I don't know what to do. Well, there's not even on there.
If I wasn't an actress, I'd be
I'd be, oh, God. Oh, that I would be a rock star. God. Who can play the guitar like Prince.
I say, I'd be like, I wish.
Yeah, well, you can't be womanize, but I'd like to be a
Where at the fucking rocks, man?
but wow, she's like, wow. I'd like to be as tall as you.
That'd be shit.
Why you gotta fucking be in there?
Rock out, baby. Performing live with our fucking band, Kathy Bates. Yeah!
I'm gonna change my name.
No, fuck that.
They
No,
were so fucking square.
no, that shit works. It works. It works. I'm telling you. Dude, where you going? Fucking Kathy Bates is in town tonight. Slop.
It's at the Holiday Inn Lounge. Oh man.
My favorite position is.
I know what you want for yourself.
Oh, I know. I may say, what is your favorite position in life, in sports, in sex, and I don't know what it is.
In the bathtub.
Oh, Superfly say, what the longest and stuff. I'm gonna have to do that so I can't rest cold. Huh, you must have a really long tongue.
It isn't almost over though, is it? I'm not. Because I'm having too much trouble. Hit me, man, hit me.
My name is Kathy Bates and I'm Bobby.
My name is Kathy Bates and I'm afraid to say it.
That sounded dope too.
And
My name is Kathy
name is
Bates.
Kathy
I'm
Bates.
afraid to say.
And I'm afraid to hear the voice.
That was all. I'll punch you there, but we say.
Yeah, we're good together.
I like that.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you get to live stream. It lasts until about an hour. That'll be until about 4 something. But I'll come back, in between. I'll come back. Hey guys, I just liked the instruction. I want to make sure that everybody gets likes it as well. Anybody gets likes it.
It's always nice to have someone on the hand. That's why we started Tractor Supply. Tonight, breaking news: the Cecilia West in a notorious serial murder case. Police arresting a suspect in the killings of 3 women on New York's Long Island more than a decade ago. The Gilbert Beach murders. How they tracked the suspect, a Manhattan architect, who was also a husband and father. The exclusive video of NBC has obtained of the suspect. Plus the evidence prosecutors saying helped to identify it, including DNA from a pizza crust not even implicated in the murders of more victims. Also breaking tonight the new surveillance. Signs of an escaped murder suspect are caught on video. Plus the surprise down in the woods. The search is on. The searing, dangerous heat about to get worse. At least 85 million Americans under kilos across the country. More triple-digit deaths on the way. And as we found, no one is even trying to teach in Miami. Thousands of actors on strike. The future stuff. Speaking actors, the music is not in protest. While the strike to last, and the prevalence on so many others, plus waiting links for all of your favorite shows. The controversial new barrier at the border, right on the river, so Falcon. What do you know from the few goes? Our senators tonight calling on the government to finally come clean. And it's messy mania here in Miami. Today's the morning kickoff to the soccer superstar. Here's NBC Nightly News with Buster Bull. Hey, good evening. I'm Tom Giannis, in for Lester. We're keeping tonight from one of the hottest places in the country, Miami, where brutal heat has gripped the city for weeks. The heat's like here today.
These cookies are so good.
It's a time of you. So many Americans are
Fudge
as you'll see later in the
sandwich cookies.
what we want to do right now, that's breaking news out of New York. Two Western suspected serial killers and treacherous military who still living on Long Island more than a decade ago. The killing arrest, the people
First of all, inside of here, the two things we don't have to do this. Hello and welcome to Crime Watch Daily Updates. I'm your host, Anna Garcia. Stephanie and Judith Emile left Haiti for Boston with high hopes for the future. The family fled Haiti to escape the country's violence and looked to the United States as a place where they could achieve their American dream. Instead, one man shot down those aspirations in the blink of an eye. Judith and Stephanie were two of 13 children. They lived together in a Charlotte, Worcester neighborhood. They were closest to be, but in the morning, November 14th, 2011, the entire Emile family broke apart. Boston police received a call that day about gunfire at the sister's apartment and discovered a tragic scene. 21-year-old Stephanie had been shot in the back of the head in the bathroom. She was apparently still holding her tooth. In the next room, 23-year-old Judith was shot several times as she read the Bible to her 2-year-old niece, who was lying next to her. The gunman spared the little girl's life. The suspect, however, did not know that one of Judith and Stephanie's other sisters was inside the apartment, and she called 911 after the shots broke out. During the investigation, police learned that Stephanie communicated with a man named Jean Blondier and identified him as the suspect. The two reportedly broke up not long after murders, and prosecutors believed he was angry that she started dating someone new. As police got ready to arrest Jean, they ran into a problem. He completely disappeared. Police searched for Jean for years, even added him to the U.S. Marshals top 15 most wanted fugitives. He was eventually apprehended at his own house in Haiti in June of 2017. He went to trial 2 years later in June of 2019 and was convicted of first-degree murder for killing Stephanie and second-degree murder for Judith's death. A judge sentenced John to life in prison. Let's look back at the case tight-knit family that will forever be scarred by the loss of two bright daughters and sisters. Two pretty young sisters. They were wonderful. Murder, execution style, caught in the middle of the first of bloodbath, a terrified cheater. What the killer didn't know is there was someone else hiding inside the apartment. Call to now, U.S. Marshals are on a desperate manhunt for the fugitive they say is so evil. He's been named one of their top 15 most wanted. And Crime Watch Daily is closing in on where he may be hiding. Their family believes that their bodies hiding in that journey. Violence was something Victor, Stephanie, and Judith Hill thought they had escaped when they fled their home in Haiti. They're coming on my firm. That's what we needed. Church of them. The Emile family, 13 brothers and sisters in all, moved to trusting with hope in their hearts of finding the American dream. My dad came to give us a better life. To me to provide for his kid. Make sure we have a good life. 21-year-old Stephanie worked at a nursing home and wanted a career in medicine and worked at a restaurant. So like the president assistant. Like every day, like I woke up like, you want to do? She sounds super captain. Yeah, all. The sisters finally saved up enough money to get their own place and chose what they thought was a safe, quiet apartment building in the heavily Haitian community of Dorchester. By all accounts, they were just they wasn't troublemakers. They didn't go out looking for trouble. They was just more to themselves. The two of them were very close. Very close. So close. They shared secrets nobody else knew. In fact, Judith was the only one who knew Stephanie was dating someone. Generally, I never. Yes, no one. Stephanie never talked about it. She was like, "Oh, just my friend." And I'm like, "Okay." I didn't know the person. I ran into a lot of people who have said that people are here. The family they had never found out about Stephanie's sister Nan had not been with these 911 calls. This is a Crime Watch Daily exclusive. Police have never released these chilling calls
4. You can hear the fog and vibrations in the caller's voice. Don't anybody do that. Just the bottom of the of course, Collab. In the doorway leading to the bathroom. Sergeant Sean Darby says he's still haunted by what he saw inside the sister's apartment that terrible morning. I've seen Stephanie lay up in the corner. She appears shot in the back of the head, and she has a toothbrush in her hand, which leads us to believe she was actually brushing her teeth. Moments later, Detective Darby believes the gun had burst through Judith's bedroom door, shooting her 4 times. And here's a nice thing, Presley said she saw it right through me. She takes some training. Straight from to Jersey Main Street. And this is our product testing week, where we make sure each blueberry treat has the perfect amount of fun. Here's where we test to make sure our mini treats are, and here is where we make sure our scoops are scoopable. We were struck with mostly all this the evidence. It was actually violent, but we had to have struck by bullet. We came back at a shot. What makes the sister's murder even more disturbing? Judith was killed right in front of her 2-year-old niece. She was babysitting at the time. Actually, sitting cupped onto the side of the bed. We located her child. They had blood spouting. I told face. I'm just saying, how does someone even commit such a heinous crime like children? We had this children in the same team. She just lied to me. Stephanie was crying to my mouth. And I'm just like, maybe she probably get into my mouth. She was sitting right next to Judith. We Judith cut short. So she never Judith got shot at. When Mr. Collins, this gunman, this person without a conscience, this madman, didn't take a life of a 2-year-old niece, I was not surprised. Surprised, but also curious. Miranda says she immediately wondered if the killer was someone who knew the little girl couldn't identify. Her speech was cut off, so you really couldn't understand sometimes what she would be saying. And I'm like, this person had to know that she's not able to talk to her. What the gunman didn't know was there was someone else inside the apartment who could talk. Where other sisters. Yes. The sister, who he won't identify for her own protection, was in another bedroom. She heard the gunshots. She was in bedroom, which was across from the bedroom. And she called Judith from bed and tell him to stop. And he just kept shooting. Shooting full potential. And he passed that sister. Yeah. Yeah. Next, the bigger question, what did she witness? I think he was acting it. And that's why she's still alive. Did you go into that apartment? I went in the apartment 2 days later. Where did you find it? When I first walked in, I see the bathroom door with blood splattered all over it. Crime scene photos just released exclusively to Crime Watch Daily show the bathroom where cops believe 21-year-old Stephanie and Neil took her last breath. Her blood was still flowing. Just a few feet away, the bedroom where her sister, 23-year-old Judith, was fatally shot. Under the board, had balloons, her mattress, her balloons. Floor. Me too, is for each of your sisters shown. From what I've seen, it looks like he shot Judith a lot. Stephanie. You find out that they would be humans in there. Yes. My niece was inside that part. On the bed. With one of my sisters that had her. The killer shows some mercy and lets the little girl live, but the toddler is forever scarred. She's like traumatized for the rest of her life. Thankfully, the gunman did not know there was another Emil sister hiding inside the apartment. She was in there. She was in the house.
The sister, who we will not identify, still lives in fear of the killer.
She can't even talk about this. She's can't even talk.
Police say she was in another bedroom in a room to the heart of gunshots and the blood-curdling screams of her dying sisters.
She's terrified of me. She can't sleep at night. Numerous issues how old this. She's getting that because we have located here.
Sadly, the surviving sister tells police she never got a good look at the killer.
So at that point, I'm just wondering who could be and why.
That's also the question cops were asking.
At first, police had no suspects. Couldn't be random. So I thought it was random, but then again, I don't think it was random.
Two things didn't add up for Leolah. First, why the murderer left the little girl alive, and the second was a secret only someone close to the sisters would have known. The trick to opening their door.
You would think it's locked when you go to open it. You have to know how to play with the door knob, and you have to know something. That's the that part. So no. Okay.
Police confirmed to Crime Watch Daily there was no signs of forced entry. But who would want these sisters dead?
The thing is different about this case is the truth that they choose a violent lifestyle, or engage in criminal activity, and it was a double murder of the two that one. Just talking about that moment there.
As the Boston Police Department began to collect forensic evidence, the entire Haitian community came together to grieve the Sweet Sisters, including one mysterious mourner, a young man the family is shocked to find out Stephanie had been dating. You just have no idea.
I had no idea. And he was at the apartment the day of the murder. He came and grieved with us.
The young Haitian man's name is Jean Vivens Jean-Pierre, a local rap artist who lived around the corner with his brother.
He was there touching my mom, calling her down.
It's not unusual for police to name a boyfriend a person of interest, but there was nothing suspicious in Jean's past to indicate he was capable of such a vicious crime.
He had no work. He can work. She's a normal guy, street.
But as the Emile family prepared to lay their sweet sisters to rest, cops get a tip. The mourning boyfriend is really an angry ex.
Stephanie broke up with him. That right part of it.
Do you know why she broke up with him?
I heard he had at some point told her that he was gonna hurt her. I think she was done with a relationship with him. George.
But rumors aren't enough to arrest Jean Vivens Jean-Pierre.
He was a proud, living his life in that neighborhood. Yes, he was living his life.
However, phone records are enough to make Jean Vivens Jean-Pierre a prime person of interest. They show the jilted boyfriend is heating up Stephanie's phone just hours before the murders.
We had some conversation in this call.
Cops believe a slow burn turns into a full-fledged rage. Yet, at the exact same time, those 911 calls, radio silence.
Now, occurred, the phone calls to radio stuff.
Up next, cops move in to arrest Jean Jean-Pierre. There's just one problem. He's nowhere to be found.
Let's go with those for that.
And we team up with the U.S. Marshals to catch him.
I'm from I'm on sale. Were you talking to him anyway?
This is the monster Boston police say murdered the Emile sisters, Jean Vivens Jean-Pierre.
He murdered two of his girls with one Russian teeth and only was watching their abuse. We divided was a jet. Horrified of them.
Police say his motive? A jealous obsession.
Mr. Reeves didn't feel he was getting enough attention for himself. So,
Police believe Stephanie Emile abruptly dumped Jean-Pierre for an old plane. And when she did, they say he snapped.
we found out what she killed. Let's get you could go website just so anything. Anything. I just say anything. With Stephanie shunned it. Police say Jean Pierre went to her apartment with a 10 millimeter gun and opened fire. His ex-girlfriend Stephanie was shot twice, first in the back of the head. Her sister Judith took 4 bullets, all while reading the Bible on the bed to their 2-year-old niece. She was scared. A moment of mercy? Cops don't think so. I don't. Your state of life, if you just learn out of ammunition, it's just a threat. Brutal, really discouraged. Boston police charges Jean Pierre with 2 counts of first-degree murder. But when word spreads cops were coming for him, Jean Pierre took off and has been on the run ever since. Fled Boston. That's right. U.S. Marshals are now on the hunt to capture the fugitive so dangerous he's just elevated to their most wanted list. When someone is put on the United States Marshals top 15 most wanted, what does that mean? Usually it's in federal. U.S. Marshals say Jean Pierre has ties to Haiti, Miami, and Montreal, but the Emile family believes he stayed close to his family. Do you think people in the Asian community could be hiding now? I think his family's right now. So Crowd Watch Daily went to the home of his brother, Regan Janvier, looking for Sean and answers. Just the residents of Sean's parents. And it looks like there's a vehicle running in the back. So it looks like the guy that should have stayed. Hi, that's Sean's brother. And I'm Sean from right? Is Jean your brother? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I understand, but I hope you understand that he's wanted for the murder of 2 young. Their family believes their family is helping. Is that true? Oh, certainly not. We were determined to get answers for the Emile family. I told him it seems like happy for the other side of the story. Are you helping him in any way? Do you know if he can relate? Do you know that the U.S. market top 15 most wanted? And that there's 2 young boys who been murdered? And there's a family that tells you not to 5 agents? Okay, well, yeah. With that, we were forced to leave. While we're not about to give up, and neither is the girl's family. What is your message to that he's not invisible? That one day we will get justice. He's a coward. He tore apart. Famine. More than still up there was. More than still living his life. This forest. Tom, say if you do see Jean Pierre, do not approach him. He may still be armed. He is indeed dangerous. And third warning to Jean Pierre. Well, listen to your A bizarre missing persons case in Alabama is gaining national attention tonight. Police believe a woman may have been lured into a dangerous situation by a child. Hoover police said Carl Russell called 911 around 9:30 last night while driving on I-459 South near mile marker 11 about a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. She stopped to check on the child and called a family member. That's when they said they lost contact with her, but the line remained open. Police officers who were already en route to the location of the initial 911 call located the female's vehicle as well as some of her belongings at the scene. Since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s um this is Dr. Martin Luther King's eldest sibling, Martin Luther King Jr.'s eldest sibling, lying in state at the Georgia's Capitol Rotunda. This is her casket at the Rotunda in Georgia. Hope you guys can see. If you can, I'll move it up. There you go. You can see the casket. That's this is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s eldest sibling, Dr. Christine King Ferris. Texas.
How do you hydrate? What's your secret? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
New at 4, the family of Dr. Christine King Ferris announces a 3-day tribute and celebration of life. Ferris was the last surviving sibling of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. She died last Thursday. Dr. Ferris was 95 years old. Here are the events planned in her honor. There will be reflections of her career and service to the community called Her Life. It's at Spelman College. Well, in a historic tribute, Dr. Christine King Ferris is lying at the Georgia State's Capitol Rotunda today. Ferris passed away on June 29th with family members by her side. She was 95 years old. There was also a memorial service in her honor. Many spoke about her life, legacy, and love. They say she has touched the world and the hearts and minds of many people.
Miss Ferris was a daughter. She was a sister. She was an aunt. She was a mother. She was a grandmother. She was a scholar. Well educated. And although she walked with kings, she always kept the common touch.
Dr. Ferris is only the fourth Black American to receive the honor of lying at Georgia's Capitol Rotunda. Right now, we all reflect. This is my contact. Start yours at reglobal.edu. And some sad news to report: the last living sibling of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has died. Christine King Harris passed away yesterday. She was the eldest sibling of the renowned civil rights icon. She spent decades as a college professor at her alma mater, Spelman College. She was also a founding member of the King Center in Atlanta. Christine King Harris was 95 years old. Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, nice dress. Dress design, but Selena did that?
Yes, yes.
All right, okay, cool. Aquí estamos promoviendo que pues a todos los niños you know, stick it out in school and stuff like that. What are your thoughts about seeing this?
Well, I think education is very important nowadays. Nowadays, if you can't even get a job at McDonald's if you don't have a high school diploma. So it's very important. It's very important for kids to have that self-esteem, that pride that they finish school. And I'm just really surprised with the turnout here. I mean, it's great. These kids are really pumped up, and it's great to see them taking interest in themselves and their education.
All right. Hey, by the way, I want to congratulate you on all the awards you won también. Ali, you know, you were one with the cumbia, I know that rap, and I did it, right?
I don't think
Just playing around. Do you remember I did the rap, remember?
no, that's right. You
Por eso te confundí, ganó la, no, just doing. No, we're just playing, we're just here, but you must have felt pretty great, you know, out there in front of all the kids and all that.
It was a feeling, right? To a bunch of short little people, short little adult. It's really good to see the kids getting the home music, not only here for education, but seeing them supporting the home music. And it was great to be participating in an event so big like this.
Besides this, you've been crisscrossing around the country, like from Chicago to Miami, from Miami to LA. Or, how's that presenting or touring?
Yes, it is. I'm tired. But it's like you said, you wish for work, when it comes, all you need is a little bit of rest.
Right. So muchas gracias, Selena.
Thank you.
And thanks for helping all this, helping spread the message of staying in school and all that. It's very important that we have artists that's like Selena's stature, as the promoviendo, stay in school and stuff, because it is very important. Oh, me too, yeah. Exactly. All right. The principal used to love these kids. Muchas gracias, Selena. All right, and good luck with the rest of the time, right? Okay, cool.
Someone just got the new DQ cake batter cookie dough blizzard. That DQ soft serve cake batter flavor, confetti cookie dough pieces, and signature sprinkles. Look at it, you said you wait until you go for digging in. Singer Lisa Marie Presley's cause of death just revealed. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, the 54-year-old died from complications from a prior weight loss surgery. The report says it was, quote, a small bowel obstruction caused by scar tissue that developed after a previous bariatric surgery years ago. The manner of death was natural. Joining us now is Senior Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta. So I'm really interested in what you have to say about this, because hearing of someone dying of obstruction in the small intestine, that might sound surprising, but this was apparently a side effect from this kind of weight loss surgery.
Right. So there's parts of the story that make a lot of sense, and parts are a little bit more unusual. What they're describing when they say that there was this previous operation that led to this. And anytime someone has an operation on the abdomen inside the belly, you can develop scar tissue. It's called adhesions. Think of that like spider webs that sort of develop and some of those spider webs can start to constrict parts of the intestines. This takes place over time. Our previous operation was years ago. Over time, it may actually compress parts of the intestine to the point where they become obstructed, they can become strangulated, they're blocked essentially. You're not getting food through, but also there's not enough blood flow. That all happens. We know that that can happen, and sometimes people have off and on pain for some time. What is unusual though is that it sounds like maybe she had pain off and on, but the morning of, she was complaining of some pain that then was found unresponsive at her home, taken to the hospital where she subsequently died. That was a rapid, very rapid time course, and that's a bit unusual. Usually, if someone is in the hospital with this sort of thing, they can even go back and elaborate, do something to relieve that blockage. But she had progressed so far, it sounds like by the time she got to the hospital, that she passed away. So it can happen, but these blockages as a result of scar tissue, but the idea that they lead to death, especially that quickly, that was more unusual. So it's really sad situation that unfolded there.
So the report also listed therapeutic and not dangerous levels of oxycodone. The medications like that play a role in something like this?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think when someone has it dies quickly, and you think did the medication lead to that, to interfere with their ability to breathe on their own? That's not the case here, it sounds like, for the report. Two ways that it might still contribute, though. One is that what I just described earlier can be painful. And opioids, other medications can mask that pain. Someone may go to the hospital a little bit later as a result. And the second thing is opioids can also further slow down your intestines. So a blockage that was already unfolding could have been made worse. But the idea that the opioids themselves led to the death, they're saying that did not happen.
Okay, guys. Well, I love y'all so, so much. And I thank you guys for participating in today's YouTube live stream. And like I said, I'm not going to end it, right now or anything. I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to end it about 5 a.m. And I'll probably come back around 6 or 6:20, and we'll talk more, of course, about my YouTube celebrity collaboration with Miss Leolah Brown, Whitney Houston's real sister-in-law. And like I said, me and Miss Leolah has been, chatting it up on Instagram. So she did message me, and like I said, the first message she sent me was just, I'm gonna go to it right here. It was just a emoji with the star emojis, stars bursting out, showing love and support, and a kiss emoji to show love and support, and heart emojis. That's basically all it was. Heart emojis and love emojis to show love and support from me and the YouTube channel. That's it. And I started streaming 70 minutes ago. I do give out shout outs for those that have subscribed and that have become members. Thanks for the 2 likes. I very much appreciate it. Put your name in the comments so I can get you accounted for your YouTube attendance. You're already accounted for your YouTube attendance. I'm just wanting to read. I'm gonna shout everybody out. Those that are subscribed and those that are members.